Imagine a knowledge so fundamental and potent that it is capable of altering the very fabric of a person's reality, yet so unfamiliar to the ordinary consciousness that its additions were withdrawn from circulation. A knowledge that, akin to ancient mysteries, was transmitted from teacher to student, but in the early 20th century became accessible to the general public through weekly lessons. Such was precisely the fate of Charles F. Haanel's The Master Key System. In the year 1933, as the world stood on the brink of great upheavals and ideas concerning humanity's inner power began to gain unprecedented popularity, this book, which had become a cornerstone for many influential thinkers and entrepreneurs, encountered an unusual impediment. Its editions were withdrawn, and the text itself vanished from widespread access for many years, transforming into a species of forbidden knowledge, passed from hand to hand. This event only underscored the profound, almost mystical power of the ideas expounded within its pages, a power that perhaps seemed too immense to be entrusted to thoughtless perusal. The man behind this monumental work, Charles Francis Haanel, was an embodiment of the American dream, yet his legacy extended far beyond material prosperity. He was born in St. Louis, Missouri in the year 1866, during an epoch of great industrial transformations. His childhood and youth coincided with a time when the United States of America was rapidly becoming a global power, and the spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation permeated the air. Haanel did not receive a traditional higher education, which was not uncommon for many prominent businessmen of that era. Instead, he chose the path of self-education and practical experience, immersing himself in the world of commerce from a young age. His keen intellect, intuitive grasp of market mechanisms, and indefatigable energy swiftly led him to success. He founded and headed several large corporations, including the Continental Commercial Company, which became one of the most successful corporations of its time. His business empire spanned various industries, from mining to real estate and manufacturing. Haanel was not merely an entrepreneur. He was a visionary who saw far beyond the horizon of daily transactions. His colleagues and competitors recognized in him not only business acumen but also extraordinary perspicacity, an ability to foresee trends and to forge new opportunities where others perceived only impediments. However, beyond his brilliant career in business, Haanel harbored a profound interest in metaphysics, philosophy, and the psychology of success. He delved into the works of thinkers from diverse epochs, from ancient Stoics to his contemporary philosophers, striving to comprehend the fundamental laws governing both the external world and the inner realm of man. The culmination of these years of research and personal experience was his work, The Master Key System. It was first published in the year 1912, not as a book in the traditional sense but as 24 weekly courses disseminated by mail. This format was chosen not by chance. It allowed readers to gradually assimilate complex concepts, integrate them into their daily lives, and practice the exercises step by step, unfolding their potential. Among Haanel's clientele were not only ordinary individuals seeking paths to self-improvement, but also prominent industrialists, financiers, and politicians of the era. They understood that behind business success lay not merely economic factors but something more profound: the power of thought, the capacity for concentration, and a clear vision of purpose. Haanel offered them not merely advice but a systematic method, a key to unlocking inner resources that could be applied in any sphere of life. His teachings rapidly disseminated, and soon the Master Key System became one of the most influential works in the genre of self-development, laying the foundations for such intellectual giants as Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and decades later even inspiring Oprah Winfrey. Haanel did not merely teach how to earn money, he taught how to become the master of one's destiny, how to consciously shape one's reality. It is to this fundamental power of the mind that we turn today, exploring the fifth lesson of the Master Key System. In it, Charles Haanel unveils one of the most profound truths about human existence: the creative power of the mind through visualization. He asserts that a clear mental image is a prerequisite for any external manifestation. Without a distinct, detailed picture of the desired outcome, there is nothing to materialize in the physical world. This is not merely a philosophical assertion, but a practical principle that, according to Haanel, underpins all achievements. Every thought is a cause, every condition an effect, writes Haanel, articulating the cornerstone of his teaching. This statement overturns the conventional understanding of cause and effect relationships. It implies that our inner world, the world of our thoughts and conceptions, is primary, while the outer world is merely its reflection, its effect. If we wish to alter the effect, we must change the cause, to modify the quality and direction of our thoughts. And among all forms of thought, it is the mental image that possesses the greatest creative power. It serves as the architectural blueprint according to which the universe commences to construct our reality. In this lesson, Haanel urges us to recognize that our mind is not merely a passive observer but an active creator. He likens the mind to a gardener and thoughts to seeds. If the gardener does not plant seeds, there will be no harvest. If he plants weeds, he will reap weeds. If he plants fruit-bearing plants, he will gather fruit. Precisely so, if we do not create a clear mental image of what is desired, there will be nothing to sprout in our lives. If we permit our mind to be filled with random, negative, or indistinct thoughts, such will be our reality. But if we consciously and purposefully create vivid, positive, and distinct images of what we wish to achieve, we initiate a powerful creative process. This idea, articulated by Haanel more than a century ago, finds astonishing corroboration in modern science. Neurobiological research of recent decades reveals the mechanisms underlying this phenomenon and demonstrates that mental action can be as potent as physical action. Consider, for instance, the pioneering work of Dr. Alvaro Pascual-Leone, a neuroscientist at Harvard University. In the year 1995, he conducted an experiment that became a landmark in understanding brain neuroplasticity and the power of visualization. Utilizing the method of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS scanning, which allows for the measurement of motor cortex activity in the brain, Pascual-Leone investigated two groups of subjects. The first group physically practiced playing piano scales daily for 5 days. The second group did not touch the instrument but mentally rehearsed the same scales for 2 hours each day, envisioning the finger movements and hearing the sounds. The results were astounding. TMS scanning revealed that the motor cortex of the brain in both groups changed physically almost identically. Participants who only visualized playing the piano developed the same neural connections and activity patterns as those who practiced physically. Their brains made no distinction between the actual action and a vivid mental representation of that action. This was a direct, scientifically proven fact. Mental rehearsal or visualization is capable of physically altering the structure of the brain, preparing it for the actual execution of a task. Another compelling piece of evidence came from the world of sports. In the year 1967, Alan Richardson conducted a celebrated experiment with basketball players. He divided the team into 3 groups. The first group practiced free throws daily for 20 days. The second group did not practice at all. The third group did not touch a ball but mentally visualized themselves making perfect free throws for 20 minutes each day, imagining every aspect of the movement, the flight of the ball, and its entry into the basket. After 20 days, the results were astonishing. The group that only visualized the throws improved their accuracy by 23%. The group that physically practiced improved their accuracy by 24%. The difference was minimal. The group that did not practice showed no improvement. This experiment vividly demonstrated that mental practice can be almost as effective as physical practice in developing skills and enhancing performance. These scientific discoveries merely corroborate what the great minds of humanity had intuitively understood for centuries. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest geniuses of all time, confessed in a letter to Jacques Hadamard in the year 1945 that his breakthrough discoveries, including the theory of relativity, were the result not of verbal but of imaginative thinking. He wrote, "Words, both written and oral, play no role in my mechanism of thought. It is images." Einstein conducted so-called thought experiments in which he imagined himself moving at the speed of light, observing clocks and events, and it was these vivid internal visualizations that led him to revolutionary insights. His mind was a laboratory where he could freely experiment with concepts that were impossible to reproduce in the physical world. Nikola Tesla, another titan of science and invention, was also a master of visualization. In the year 1882, during a walk in Budapest, when he was struck by the idea of alternating current, he did not merely conceive of a diagram, he saw the entire machine in its completeness, with all its details, rotating parts, sparks, and currents. before sketching even a single design. His capacity for hyper-realistic visualization was so profound that he could assemble and test his inventions in his mind before proceeding to their physical creation, saving time and resources on prototyping. For him, the mental image was not merely an abstraction, but an almost tangible reality. These narratives of great scientists and inventors underscore Haanel's central thesis: a clear mental image is not merely a pleasant fantasy, but a potent instrument of creation. It is the language through which our mind communicates with the universal mind, with that power which shapes reality. The idea of the creative power of the mental image is not new. It can be traced through centuries and cultures, standing as one of the universal truths discovered by humanity time and again. In ancient traditions, we discover numerous parallels to Haanel's teachings. Consider, for instance, Tibetan Tantra, where the practice of sadhana, or the visualization of deities, is central. Practitioners do not merely imagine the image of a deity, they immerse themselves in it, become it, experiencing all its qualities, attributes, and energies. The aim of such visualization is not the worship of an external entity, but an inner transformation, the awakening of those same qualities within oneself. Through repeated, detailed, and emotionally charged representation, the practitioner literally reconstructs their inner reality, forming a new mental imprint that then manifests in their life and consciousness. Medieval alchemical emblems also served as powerful instruments of visualization. These complex, layered images were not mere illustrations, but a species of mental maps that alchemists employed for inner work. Every detail, every symbol on the emblem represented a specific stage of the transformation of matter and spirit. By concentrating upon these images, the alchemist did not merely observe them, but actively participated in the process, visualizing the inner changes that were to lead to the philosopher's stone, a symbol of perfection and transmutation. This was a process of creating a clear mental image of a desired state, both material and spiritual. The art of memory, developed by thinkers such as Giordano Bruno, was likewise founded upon the power of visualization. Bruno and his adherents constructed elaborate memory palaces or memory theaters within their minds, where each piece of knowledge, each concept, was linked to a vivid, detailed image situated in a specific location within this mental space. To recall information, they merely had to mentally traverse their palace, see the images, and read the information embedded within them. This was not merely a mnemonic technique, it was a method of organizing thought, of creating an inner architecture of knowledge where each element was clearly visualized and interconnected. All these ancient practices, from Tibetan sadhanas to alchemical emblems and Bruno's art of memory, point to the same fundamental truth: the human mind possesses an incredible capacity for creating and utilizing internal images to achieve external results. They confirm that visualization is not merely a modern technique, but an ancient universal key to unlocking potential. Charles Haanel, in his fifth lesson, does not merely describe this power, but also offers a concrete practice for its development. He urges us each day to select a single place with pleasant associations. It might be a cozy room, a serene garden, a sun-drenched beach, or any other location that evokes within you a sense of peace and joy. Then the task is to create a complete, detailed mental picture of this place. You must imagine not only the main contours, but also the minutest details: buildings, if present, the surrounding environs, trees, flowers, the texture of sand or grass, the color of the sky, even the presence of friends or loved ones, if they are associated with this place. Haanel insists there must be no omissions. The image must be as vivid, as alive, and as complete as a memory of yesterday. You must not merely think of the place, but see it. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, feel the touches. The more complete and realistic this mental image, the more potent its impact upon your mind and consequently upon your reality. This practice, repeated day after day, gradually trains your mind to create clear, stable, and powerful mental images, laying the foundation for the conscious creation of your desired life. It is the first step toward becoming the true master key of your own destiny. It is at this juncture, where ancient teachings and Haanel's personal practice converge, that modern science begins to offer its own, at times astonishing, corroborations. What for millennia was considered mysticism or intuitive knowledge now acquires neurobiological, psychological, and even genetic substantiation. The scientific world, armed with advanced technologies, is gradually unraveling the mechanisms underlying the creative power of the mind, demonstrating how our thoughts and images literally shape our reality at the most fundamental levels. One of the most revolutionary discoveries of recent decades, which fundamentally altered our understanding of brain function, is the concept of neuroplasticity. For a long time, it was believed that the adult brain was a static structure whose primary connections were formed in childhood and then remained immutable. However, thanks to pioneering research, it became clear that the brain possesses an astonishing capacity for reorganization, altering its connections and even generating new neurons throughout life. Professor Norman Doidge, a Canadian psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, in his celebrated book The Brain That Changes Itself, published in the year 2007, detailed this remarkable ability, illustrating how we can literally reprogram our brain through experience, learning, and, most importantly for our topic, through purposeful mental activity. One of the most striking and frequently cited examples of neuroplasticity is a study conducted in the year 2000 by a group of scientists led by Eleanor Maguire of University College London. They studied the brains of London taxi drivers. To become a licensed taxi driver in London, one must pass an incredibly complex examination known as the Knowledge. This preparation takes an average of 3 to 4 years and necessitates memorizing 25,000 streets, 20,000 landmarks, and thousands of optimal routes within a 10-kilometer radius of Charing Cross. This is not merely the memorization of facts, it is the creation of an intricate three-dimensional mental map of the city. The researchers employed magnetic resonance imaging to compare the brains of London taxi drivers with those of a control group of individuals not engaged in this activity. The results were astonishing. They discovered that the posterior hippocampus of the taxi drivers, a brain region critically important for spatial memory and navigation, was significantly larger in volume than that of the control group. Furthermore, the longer an individual had worked as a taxi driver, the greater the volume of this part of the hippocampus. This was direct evidence that intense mental activity, associated with navigation and the creation of complex mental maps, physically alters brain structure. The brain does not merely adapt to the task, it reorganizes itself to perform it more effectively. This phenomenon perfectly illustrates how the purposeful creation of mental images, be they city maps or detailed pictures of desired reality, can literally shape neural pathways. If a taxi driver's brain physically changes under the influence of the constant necessity of visualizing routes, then it is logical to assume that any other form of intense, focused visualization can exert a similar effect. In this context, experiments demonstrating that mental practice can be almost as effective as physical practice acquire new significance. In the year 1995, neuroscientist Alvaro Pascual-Leone of Harvard University conducted a renowned study using transcranial magnetic stimulation to map the motor cortex. He divided a group of novices into two parts. The first group physically practiced playing piano scales daily. The second group did not touch the instrument, but for 1 hour each day only visualized themselves playing these scales, imagining every finger movement, every sound. After 5 days, both groups showed similar changes in the motor cortex. The brain region responsible for finger movements expanded. The brain, in essence, made no significant distinction between actual physical action and its very vivid, focused mental representation. This is direct confirmation that a clear mental image is capable of inducing physiological changes in the brain, preparing it for future actions. Similar results were obtained in the year 1967 by Alan Richardson in his experiment with basketball players. He divided the players into 3 groups. The first group did not practice at all. The second group daily shot baskets for 20 days. The third group, for the same 20 days, only visualized themselves shooting the ball, imagining each shot, the trajectory of the ball, its entry into the hoop. At the conclusion of the experiment, the first group naturally showed no improvements. The second group, which practiced physically, improved their shooting accuracy by 24%. And most astonishingly, the group that only visualized improved their accuracy by 23%. The difference between physical practice and pure mental visualization proves statistically insignificant. This convincingly demonstrates that the mind, through the purposeful creation of images, can train the body and improve performance almost as effectively as actual actions. These discoveries shed light on how Einstein's brain, by his own admission in a letter to Jacques Hadamard in the year 1945, functioned. Words, both written and oral, play no role in my mechanism of thought. It is images. His celebrated thought experiments were not merely abstract reasonings, but vivid, detailed visualizations that allowed him to see physical laws in action. Precisely so, Nikola Tesla, in the year 1882 in Budapest, did not merely conceive of the alternating current concept, he visualized the entire machine in its completeness in minute detail before he drew it or built a prototype. He could set it in motion in his mind, observe its operation, identify and correct malfunctions before transferring it into physical reality. However, the power of the mind extends beyond altering brain structure and enhancing skills. Emerging fields of science such as epigenetics demonstrate that our thoughts and environment can influence the very expression of our genes. Epigenetics studies how external factors and life experiences can turn genes on or off without altering the basic DNA sequence. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist and author of the book The Biology of Belief, was among the first to popularize the idea that our beliefs, emotions, and perception of the world directly influence our biology. He posits that it is not genes that control our lives, but our perception of the environment, which in turn is shaped by our thoughts. One of the most astonishing experiments in the field of epigenetics demonstrating the hereditary transmission of acquired traits was a study conducted in the year 2014 by a group of scientists led by Carrie Diaz and Brian Ressler. They trained male mice to fear the scent of cherry blossom, acetophenone, associating it with a mild electric shock. Following such a traumatic association, the mice began to exhibit fear at the mere scent of cherry blossom. The most astonishing development occurred thereafter. Their offspring, the first generation F1 and even the second generation F2, also displayed heightened sensitivity and fear toward this scent, despite never having been subjected to the shock and having no direct contact with the traumatized parents. Scientists discovered changes in the brain structure of the mice, in the olfactory bulb, and in epigenetic marks in their sperm, which in all likelihood transmitted this acquired fear memory. This experiment, while still a subject of further research and discussion, offers a profound insight into how our experiences, our reactions to the environment, and perhaps our deep mental states can leave traces not only in our own biology but also potentially influence future generations. If traumatic experience can be transmitted in such a manner, then the question arises, can purposeful, positive mental programming also exert a profound, perhaps even hereditary impact? Furthermore, psychoneuroimmunology, the science studying the interaction between psychological processes and the nervous and immune systems, provides yet more evidence of the intimate connection between mind and body. Dr. Candace Pert, a neuroscientist and pharmacologist, in her book Molecules of Emotion, published in the year 1997, presented a revolutionary concept. She asserted that emotions are not merely abstract feelings but biochemical events that occur at a cellular level throughout the entire body. Neuropeptides, molecules that transmit information in the brain, and their receptors are found not only in the nervous system but also in immune cells, in the digestive tract, and in endocrine glands. This signifies that our thoughts and emotions are, in essence, molecules of information that constantly exchange signals between the mind and body, directly influencing our physical state. Research conducted by Janice Glazer and Ronald Kekult Glazer from Ohio State University most vividly illustrates this connection. They studied the immune system of medical students during stressful examination periods. It was discovered that during examinations, when students experienced high levels of stress and anxiety, mental states, their immune system was significantly suppressed, their natural killer cell count decreased, wound healing slowed, and they were more susceptible to infections. These data convincingly demonstrate that negative mental states such as stress can directly weaken the body's defenses, while logically positive, calm, and confident states of mind should contribute to the strengthening of health. And finally, the placebo effect, one of the most potent and enigmatic manifestations of the creative power of the mind. Henry K. Beecher's research in the year 1955 demonstrated that up to 60% of patients receiving a dummy substance, a sugar pill, or a saline injection experienced significant symptom relief for various ailments from pain to depression. This is not merely an imagined improvement. These are real physiological changes induced by the patient's belief in the treatment. Modern research indicates that the placebo effect can trigger the release of endorphins, natural pain relievers, activate specific brain regions, alter hormonal balance, and even enhance immune response. That is, the belief that a treatment will help can literally activate the body's internal self-healing mechanisms. If simple belief in an inert substance is capable of eliciting such profound physiological changes, then what is the potential power of purposeful, conscious visualization and conviction in the desired outcome? Haanel, long before these scientific discoveries, intuitively understood this connection, asserting that a clear mental image and steadfast belief in its realization are the key to manifesting the desired in the physical world. These scientific corroborations, from neuroplasticity to epigenetics and the placebo effect, lead us to comprehend that the mind is not a passive observer of reality, but its active creator. Our thoughts, beliefs, and especially our vivid mental images are potent instruments capable of shaping our brain, our biology, and ultimately our external reality. However, this idea of the creative power of the mind is not an exclusively modern discovery. It permeates the wisdom of ancient civilizations and mystical traditions, offering universal parallels that merely underscore the timeless relevance of Haanel's teachings. Long before the advent of neurobiology and quantum physics, philosophers and mystics across diverse cultures intuitively understood that thought is the primary cause of all existence. One of the most ancient and influential traditions affirming the primacy of mind in creation is Hermeticism, traceable to the figure of Hermes Trismegistus. In the Poimandres, a key text of the Corpus Hermeticum, it is described how the divine mind Nous creates the universe, first conceiving it and then manifesting it through the Word. All existence, from the minutest particle to stellar systems, is a manifestation of divine thought. The principle as above, so below, a cornerstone of Hermetic philosophy, implies that the human mind, being a reflection of the divine mind, possesses a similar creative power. Our thoughts, akin to sparks of the divine nous, are capable of shaping our personal universe. In the Buddhist tradition, this principle is expressed with striking clarity in the first stanza of the Dhammapada. Mind precedes all mental states. Mind is their chief. They are all mind-wrought. The Buddha taught that all we experience is a consequence of our thoughts. If thought is pure, happiness and well-being follow it. If thought is impure, suffering and misfortune follow it. This is a direct echo of Haanel's assertion, every thought is a cause, every condition an effect. The Buddhist practice of meditation, especially the visualization of deities or mandalas, is aimed at creating stable, clear mental images that transform the practitioner's consciousness and, consequently, their reality. The Indian philosophical tradition, particularly the Yoga Vasista, one of the most profound texts of Hinduism, goes even further, asserting that the entire perceived world is nothing more than a manifestation of the mind, Manasristi. In this text, which presents a dialogue between Prince Rama and the sage Vasista, it is stated that the universe is akin to a dream, created by collective consciousness. Reality is not fixed, but plastic and shaped by thought. Through intense meditation and purposeful visualization, yogis sought to alter their inner reality, believing that this would directly influence their external circumstances. In the Jewish mystical tradition, the Kabbalah, the process of world creation is also described as an emanation from the infinite, Ein Sof, through the 10 Sephirot, divine attributes or channels. This process represents the unfolding of divine thought and will into manifested reality. Man, created in the image and likeness of God, possesses a microcosmic capacity for creation through his thoughts and intentions. Practices of the Kabbalah, such as meditation on the Sephirot or the visualization of the names of God, are aimed at connecting with this creative power. Even in Western philosophy, seemingly more rational, we find parallels. Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, though not employing the term visualization in the modern sense, focused on absolute control over the inner world. Epictetus taught that it is not things themselves that disturb men, but their opinions about these things. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." They urged a meticulous discipline of the mind, the formation of correct judgments and mental models, which are, in essence, a form of inner visualization of a desired state of mind and reaction to external events. They visualized themselves acting virtuously and wisely, regardless of circumstances. Finally, in Zen Buddhism, especially in the teachings of Bodhidharma, who brought Zen to China, though emphasis is placed on emptying the mind of discursive thoughts to achieve direct enlightenment, this is also a form of profound mental discipline. Bodhidharma's practice of wall-gazing, Biguan, aims to cease the wandering of the mind and attain a state of emptiness from which the true nature of reality can emerge. This is not active visualization, but rather the creation of an ideal mental space in which truth can manifest without distortion. Ultimately, all these ancient traditions, despite differences in methods and terminology, converge on one point: the mind is not a passive observer but an active creator, and its ability to shape reality through thought and image is a fundamental truth of human existence. These timeless principles, so clearly articulated by Haanel and corroborated by ancient wisdom and modern science, have found their embodiment in the lives of many distinguished individuals whose stories serve as vivid testament to the creative power of the mind. Their achievements can often be traced to the conscious or intuitive application of the principles expounded in the Master Key System and similar teachings. One of the earliest and most influential adherents of Haanel's teachings was Earl Nightingale. In the 1950s, he was a relatively unknown radio announcer, yet deeply interested in questions of success and personal development. He studied the works of Haanel, Napoleon Hill, and other thinkers of that era. In the year 1956, inspired by the question of why so few people achieve success, he recorded a speech titled "The Strangest Secret." This was an audio recording in which Nightingale set forth his main thesis: we become what we think about. He asserted that if a person purposefully and constantly thinks about a worthy goal, he will inevitably move toward it and attain it. If, however, his thoughts are focused on fear, lack, and limitations, then precisely these will he manifest in his life. This recording was originally created for his sales colleagues to motivate them. However, its impact proved phenomenal. The Strangest Secret rapidly spread by word of mouth and became the first audio recording in history to sell over 1 million copies, earning a gold record. This success not only made Earl Nightingale a millionaire, but also launched an entire industry of personal development and motivational audio programs. Nightingale himself was living proof of his words. He visualized his success, clearly envisioned his goals, and consistently worked toward their achievement, transforming from an ordinary radio announcer into one of the most influential voices in the field of self-development. His story is a direct confirmation of the power of a clear mental image and persistent concentration upon it. Another giant in the field of success studies upon whom the Master Key System exerted an immense influence was Napoleon Hill. His meeting with Andrew Carnegie in the year 1908 became a turning point. Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men of his time, challenged the young Hill to spend 20 years interviewing successful individuals to discern the common principles of their achievements. Carnegie himself was a master of visualization and goal setting. He believed in the power of a definite major purpose, which must be clearly represented in the mind. He himself utilized this principle to construct his steel empire. The result of Hill's 20 years of research was the legendary book Think and Grow Rich, first published in the year 1937. In it, Hill meticulously describes the principles which, in his estimation, led to the success of individuals such as Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and Andrew Carnegie himself. Central among these principles are imagination and autosuggestion, which are direct analogues to Haanel's visualization. Hill taught that to achieve any goal, one must first create a clear, detailed mental image of it, and then continuously nourish this image through autosuggestion, repeating the desired outcome to oneself until it becomes ingrained in the subconscious mind. The stories Hill collected are replete with examples where inventors and entrepreneurs such as Edison first saw their inventions fully functioning in their minds before proceeding to their physical realization. Let us also recall Nikola Tesla, who in the year 1882, while strolling through a park in Budapest, experienced a sudden epiphany. He did not merely conceive of the idea of alternating current, he saw in his mind a fully functioning alternating current machine with all its details, rotating parts, and electric fields. He could mentally start it, observe its operation, dismantle and reassemble it before drawing the first diagram. This was an instance of the purest, detailed visualization that preceded any physical manifestation. Albert Einstein, as we have already mentioned, also confessed that his greatest discoveries came to him through thought experiments and visual images rather than through words or mathematical formulas. Even in the world of modern technology and innovation, we find examples corroborating this truth. Steve Jobs, co-founder of Apple, once recounted a story of how his fascination with calligraphy at Reed College, where he audited classes after dropping out, influenced the design of the Macintosh. He studied various fonts, their proportions, and their beauty. At the time, this seemed an utterly useless pursuit. However, years later, when he was designing the first Mac, he insisted that the computer should possess beautiful, diverse fonts, something unheard of for personal computers of that era. Jobs termed this connecting the dots backward. He did not visualize the Macintosh when studying calligraphy, but he absorbed knowledge and aesthetics that later became an integral part of his vision for the ideal computer. This illustrates how even seemingly unconnected mental images and experiences can become building blocks for future, more complex visualizations and innovations. And of course, it is impossible to speak of the influence of the master key system without mentioning Oprah Winfrey. She openly acknowledges that Charles Haanel's book was one of the most influential in her life, alongside other works on self-development. Oprah, whose life is an incredible narrative of overcoming adversity and achieving unprecedented success, constantly speaks of the power of intention, visualization, and gratitude. She is renowned for creating vision boards, upon which she placed images of her desires and goals, and then daily visualized their realization. Her capacity to clearly envision her future projects, her interviews, her shows, and her empire, and then systematically work towards their embodiment, is a most vivid example of applying Haanel's principles in modern life. She did not merely dream, she saw her reality before it manifested, and this clear mental picture guided all her actions. These narratives, from ancient thinkers to modern icons, serve as powerful corroboration of a fundamental truth. A clear mental image is not merely a pleasant fantasy but a necessary prerequisite for any external manifestation. Without a distinct, detailed picture of the outcome, as Haanel taught, there is nothing to materialize. These individuals, each in their own sphere, have demonstrated that the mind, if properly directed and disciplined, is capable of creating a reality that first exists only in consciousness and then manifests in the world. These individuals, each in their own sphere, have proven that the mind, if properly directed and disciplined, is capable of creating a reality that first exists only in consciousness and then manifests in the world. And this principle, first systematized in works such as the Master Key System, did not remain solely the domain of esotericists or visionaries. It has deeply permeated the fabric of modern culture, science, and daily life, often not consciously recognized as a direct legacy of Haanel, but manifesting in every corner of our world where humanity strives for self-improvement and the realization of its potential. Modern psychology and neurobiology, though employing a different lexicon, relentlessly corroborate Haanel's central thesis regarding the creative power of the mind. Carl Gustav Jung, the great Swiss psychiatrist, spoke of individuation, the process of becoming a whole person, the integration of the conscious and the subconscious mind. This path demands from an individual a clear inner vision of their true self, an awareness of their archetypes and shadows, so that external life may become an authentic reflection of inner harmony. Without a distinct mental image of who you aspire to become, the process of individuation becomes a purposeless wandering. Abraham Maslow, one of the fathers of humanistic psychology, described peak experiences, moments of profound happiness, awareness, and unity, when an individual feels fully actualized and in harmony with the world. These experiences often arise when an individual achieves a long visualized goal or is in the process of a deep creative act, fully absorbed in their vision. They serve as powerful internal confirmation that clear intention and focused attention can lead to states of ultimate self-actualization. Daniel Kahneman, Nobel laureate in economics, in his work Thinking Fast and Slow, described two systems of thought. System 1, fast, intuitive, automatic, and System 2, slow, deliberate, logical. Repetitive visualization and mental rehearsal, as spoken of by Haanel, essentially program System 1. When we repeatedly imagine a desired outcome, we create automatic neural pathways in the subconscious mind that then intuitively guide our actions in the real world, rendering them more effective and purposeful, without requiring the constant conscious effort of System 2. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the Hungarian-American psychologist, introduced the concept of flow, a state of complete immersion in an activity where an individual is so concentrated that they lose sense of time and self and their skills perfectly match the challenge. This state, often associated with peak performance and creativity, is achieved when a person has a clear goal, immediate feedback, and, crucially, a clear mental representation of what they are striving to achieve. Athletes, artists, scientists, all enter a state of flow when their inner vision merges with external action. Modern neurobiology reinforces these ideas. Dr. Norman Doidge, a Canadian psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, in his book The Brain That Changes Itself, year 2007, popularized the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to alter its structure and function throughout life in response to experience. Mental rehearsal and visualization literally rewire neural connections, strengthening the pathways necessary for performing desired actions. Alvaro Pascual-Leone's experiments from Harvard in the year 1995, which demonstrated that mentally rehearsing piano scales physically changes the motor cortex just as actual playing does, are direct proof of this neuroplasticity induced by mental effort. Haanel's ideas resonate even in the field of epigenetics, which studies how environment and lifestyle influence gene expression. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist, in his work The Biology of Belief, asserts that our thoughts and beliefs can influence our physical health and well-being by altering the activity of our genes. While this field is still actively being researched, it offers a fascinating perspective that clear mental images and positive attitudes may have a far more profound impact on our biology than we ever surmised. Even quantum physics, though requiring caution in interpretations, offers some parallels. Alan Aspect's experiments in the year 1982, which confirmed quantum entanglement, demonstrate that particles can be interconnected in such a way that a change in the state of one instantly affects the other, regardless of distance. Some thinkers draw analogies, suggesting that our conscious intentions may be a species of entanglement with potential realities, influencing which ones will manifest. This is, of course, a metaphorical extension, but it points to a profound interconnectedness of consciousness and matter that transcends classical understanding. In the world of sports, where mental preparation is as crucial as physical, the principles of visualization have become a cornerstone of success. Michael Jordan, a legend of basketball, was known not only for his incredible talent, but also for his ability to see the game before it unfolded. He mentally rehearsed shots, dribble moves past defenders, decisive moments of games, 1,000 times in his mind before stepping onto the court. This mental rehearsal did not merely enhance his confidence, it actually trained his brain and body to react to situations with maximum efficiency. Kobe Bryant, another icon of basketball, perfected this practice. His Mamba mentality encompassed not only relentless physical training but also profound mental preparation. He visualized every aspect of his game, from movements on the court to emotions after victory or defeat. He asserted that his ability to anticipate the actions of opponents and teammates was the result of thousands of hours of mental rehearsal, which allowed him to make split-second decisions as if he had already lived through the situation. In the world of business, where innovation and strategic thinking define success, visualization also plays a pivotal role. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, is known for his principle of working backward. Instead of commencing with what is technologically feasible, Bezos begins with a clear, detailed vision of the product or service through the customer's eyes. He requires his teams to write a press release for a new product that does not yet exist, describing its benefits and user experience. This is nothing short of a powerful form of collective visualization, which allows for a distinct definition of the desired outcome, and then working backward to understand the steps necessary for its achievement. Elon Musk, founder of SpaceX and Tesla, is a living embodiment of Haanel's principle. His goals, the colonization of Mars, the widespread adoption of electric vehicles, the creation of neural interfaces, appear fantastical to most. But Musk possesses a unique ability not only to articulate these grandiose visions, but also to represent them with such clarity and conviction that he inspires thousands of engineers and investors to work toward their realization. He first sees the future, and then systematically builds it, step by step, despite all obstacles. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, also employs a form of mental modeling. He does not merely look at numbers, he creates in his mind a clear picture of the business he is investing in, its competitive advantages, its future potential. He visualizes the long-term value of the company, its position in the market, its capacity to generate profit for decades. This clear mental model allows him to make decisions that often run counter to short-term market trends, but yield colossal results in the long term. These modern examples echo ancient traditions that have always recognized the power of the mental image. In Tibetan Tantra, the practice of sadhana involves the creation of complex visualizations of deities, mandalas, and energetic channels. These images are used not merely as objects of contemplation, but as tools for the transformation of consciousness and the manifestation of specific qualities or states. The alchemical emblems of the Middle Ages were not mere illustrations, but powerful symbols that demanded deep mental visualization and meditation for understanding their hidden meanings and achieving inner transformation. Giordano Bruno, a Renaissance philosopher, developed the art of memory, based on the creation of vivid, detailed mental palaces and images that allowed him to store and retrieve vast amounts of information. Even in ancient Greece, Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary sage whose teachings formed the basis of Hermeticism, declared, "As above, so below, as within, so without." This principle directly indicates that the inner world of consciousness is reflected in the outer world of manifestations. The Buddha taught that all we are is the result of our thoughts. The Stoics practiced mental exercises such as premeditatio malorum premeditation of evils, to mentally prepare for difficulties and develop emotional resilience, visualizing worst-case scenarios and methods for overcoming them. The Kabbalah, the mystical tradition of Judaism, describes the 10 Sephirot as channels of divine emanation, through which abstract ideas gradually manifest in the material world, beginning with pure consciousness and culminating in physical reality. The Yoga Vasista, an ancient Indian text, asserts that the entire world is a creation of the mind, and that through profound understanding and control over one's thoughts, one can achieve liberation and realize any desire. All these traditions, from ancient mystics to modern scientists and leaders, converge on one point. The mind is not a passive observer of reality, but its active creator. A clear mental image is not merely a pleasant fantasy, but a necessary matrix, without which external manifestation remains but potential, never actualizing into reality. However, like any powerful force, the principle of creative visualization also carries potential dangers if applied without due understanding and wisdom. Incorrect or one-sided utilization of this concept can lead to a distorted worldview and even to detrimental consequences. One such danger is naive positivism. This is the conviction that merely thinking positively is sufficient for all problems to vanish and desires to be fulfilled, without the necessity of exerting real effort, confronting difficulties, or assuming responsibility. Such an approach disregards the complexity of the world and human existence, reducing everything to a simplistic formula. Closely related to this is so-called magical thinking. This is the belief that thoughts or rituals alone can directly influence physical reality without any logical or cause and effect mechanism comprehensible to understanding. When an individual begins to believe that his thought of wealth without any actions will lead to the appearance of money, or that visualizing health without consulting a physician will cure an illness, he enters dangerous territory. Magical thinking can divert one from real solutions and actions necessary for achieving goals or overcoming problems. Another danger is the denial of reality. In an attempt to maintain a positive attitude, individuals may begin to ignore or suppress negative emotions, difficulties, or objective impediments. This can lead to an inability to adequately respond to challenges, to the avoidance of confronting unpleasant truths, and, ultimately, to the accumulation of unresolved problems that may erupt with even greater force. True positive psychology does not deny the reality of negativity, but teaches how to constructively cope with it. Finally, there is the risk of developing toxic spirituality. This occurs when spiritual or self-development principles are employed to justify inaction, criticize others, or cultivate a false sense of superiority. For instance, when an individual condemns others for their negative vibrations or believes that their suffering is solely the result of their own incorrect thoughts, he demonstrates a lack of compassion and understanding of the complexity of human experience. Toxic spirituality can be used to evade personal responsibility, to justify one's own egoism, or to create an illusion of control over a world that is inherently unpredictable. Charles Haanel never advocated for inaction or the denial of reality. On the contrary, he emphasized that a clear mental image is merely the first step. It must be followed by persistent action, discipline, and a willingness to learn from errors. Visualization is a tool for focusing intention and directing energy, not a substitute for diligent labor, critical thinking, and ethical responsibility. The true power of the mind manifests not in magically altering the world at whim, but in the capacity to consciously shape oneself and one's actions to effectively interact with reality and achieve desired results. Now that we have recognized both the potential and the pitfalls, let us proceed to the practical application of Haanel's fifth lesson. These techniques, founded upon the principles of visualization and mental formation of reality, are intended for daily 30-day practice. Select one or more of them and integrate them into your life to begin experiencing the creative power of your mind. 1. The technique of the silence of consciousness. Silence meditation. What to do? Find a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit in a comfortable posture with a straight spine. Close your eyes. Focus upon your breath, feeling the air enter and leave your body. When thoughts arrive, gently acknowledge them and permit them to depart without clinging to them. Your objective is to create a space of mental silence, to clear the screen of your inner vision. Do not attempt to halt thoughts by force. Simply observe them like clouds drifting across the sky. How many minutes per day? Begin with 5 minutes, gradually increasing to 10 to 15 minutes daily. When to begin feeling the effect? The first sensations of tranquility and clarity may emerge within 3 to 5 days. A profound reduction in mental noise and an improvement in the capacity for concentration will become discernible within 2 to 3 weeks. 2. The technique of detailed visualization of the desired. What to do? Select one specific goal or desired outcome. This may be anything: achieving professional success, improving relationships, attaining health, purchasing a home. Sit or lie down in a tranquil place. Close your eyes and begin to create in your mind the most vivid and detailed image of how your goal looks, sounds, feels, and smells when it has already been achieved. If it is a home, imagine its color, the texture of the walls, the furniture within, the view from the window, the sense of freshly baked bread or flowers in the garden, the sounds of friends' laughter. If it is success, imagine yourself at the moment of triumph. Feel the emotions, hear the congratulations, perceive the surrounding environment. Engage all 5 senses. Permit the image to become so real as if you are experiencing it in the present moment. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 10 to 15 minutes daily, preferably in the morning upon awakening or in the evening before sleep. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect? An increase in motivation, clarity of path, and a sense of greater confidence may emerge within 7 to 10 days. More discernible changes in the external world may begin to manifest within 2 to 4 weeks, as your subconscious mind commences actively seeking opportunities for the realization of your vision. Asterisk, asterisk. 3. The technique of affirmations declarations. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Select 1 to 3 positive, affirmative phrases that precisely describe your desired state or goal in the present tense. For example, I possess unlimited energy and vitality. I achieve my goals easily and effectively. I am surrounded by love and prosperity. Ensure that the affirmations are formulated positively without the particle not, and evoke a feeling of inspiration within you. Utter these affirmations aloud or silently to yourself, concentrating on their meaning and feeling the emotions they elicit. Feel that this is already true. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect? An improvement in mood, an increase in self-esteem, and a shift in internal dialogue may be noticeable within 5 to 7 days. Within 2 weeks, you may observe how your subconscious mind begins to automatically support these affirmations, influencing your decisions and actions. Asterisk, asterisk 4. The technique of creation and reflection journal. Journaling. Olga, asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Acquire a special notebook or utilize a digital journal. Each day, dedicate time for writing. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. In the morning, describe your goals for the day, employing the language of visualization. What do you wish to achieve? How will it look and feel? Record your affirmations. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. In the evening, reflect upon the day that has passed. What steps did you undertake towards your goals? What opportunities arose? What obstacles emerged, and how did you surmount them? Record what you learned about yourself and about the process of creation. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect? An increase in self-awareness, improved planning, and more distinct tracking of progress will become discernible within 10 to 14 days. Within 3 to 4 weeks, you will begin to perceive patterns in your thoughts and actions, enabling you to direct your energy more effectively. Asterisk, asterisk 5. The technique of gratitude practice. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Each day in the morning or evening, write in a separate notebook or simply articulate in your mind at least 5 things for which you are genuinely grateful. These may be grand events or minor details. A cup of delicious coffee, a sunny day, the support of a friend, the opportunity to learn. Feel this gratitude deeply in your heart. The aim is not merely to list, but to feel the sense of appreciation. Gratitude creates a powerful, positive, energetic field that attracts even more for which to be grateful. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 5 to 10 minutes daily. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect? A noticeable improvement in mood, a reduction in stress levels, and a more positive outlook on life may manifest within 3 to 5 days. Within 2 weeks, you will begin to automatically perceive more good in your life. Asterisk, asterisk. 6. The technique of mental rehearsal for success. Mental rehearsal via asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What to do? Select a specific upcoming event, meeting, presentation, examination, or sports competition. Close your eyes and mentally rehearse the entire scenario from beginning to end. imagining how you successfully manage each task, overcome potential difficulties, and achieve the desired outcome. Include all details: how you appear, how you speak, what emotions you experience, how others react. Imagine yourself confident, calm, and competent. Feel the satisfaction of successful completion. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? 10 to 15 minutes before important events or daily for developing a specific skill. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect: an increase in confidence, a reduction in anxiety, and an improvement in actual performance in a real situation may be observed after just a few sessions, especially prior to a specific event. For skill development, within 7 to 10 days of regular practice. Asterisk, asterisk, 7. The technique of focus shifting. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. What to do throughout the day: as soon as you apprehend yourself entertaining a negative thought, worry, or doubt, immediately acknowledge it. Then consciously and purposefully shift your focus to a positive alternative or to your visualized goal. For instance, if you think, "I can never do this," instantly replace it with, "I am capable and will find a way." If you worry about failure, shift to visualizing a successful outcome. This requires vigilance and practice, but over time it becomes automatic. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. How many minutes per day? This is a continuous practice throughout the day, but dedicate 3 to 5 minutes in the morning to set your intention for the day, and 3 to 5 minutes in the evening to analyze how successfully you managed. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. When to begin feeling the effect: an improvement in emotional state, a reduction in negative self-criticism, and an increase in resilience to stress may be noticeable within 5 to 7 days. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you will observe a significant decrease in the number of negative thoughts. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Thus, Charles Haanel's fifth lesson unveils before us a fundamental truth. Asterisk, asterisk. A clear mental image is not merely a dream, but an invisible blueprint according to which any manifested reality is constructed. Asterisk, asterisk. It teaches us that our mind is not merely a receiver of information, but a powerful projector capable of shaping the future. We conclude this lesson, yet our journey through the Master Key system has only just commenced. In the next installment, we shall delve into even more subtle aspects of the interaction between consciousness and matter, exploring precisely how our thoughts and emotions, being energetic forms, attract corresponding circumstances and opportunities to us. We shall learn how to synchronize our inner state with external events, so as not merely to visualize what is desired, but to actively attract it into our lives. Imagine a gardener who meticulously selects a seed, sees in his mind the lush plant that will grow from it, and then lovingly and attentively tends to the soil, waters it, and protects it. The seed is your thought, your clear mental image. The soil is your subconscious mind, ready to receive and nurture. And the sunlight and water are your attention, your belief, and your consistent actions. And behold, from unseen potential, a visible marvel is born, confirming that every great oak was once but a small, yet clearly envisioned acorn in the consciousness of the universe.